Well, at times, fireworks can be dangerous and disruptive. That's why a group of volunteers have formed a hotline, taking reports of illegal firework use. The whole idea is to free up 911 for other emergencies.
Before we used to have the hotline, I mean, the 400 calls a night would go to 911. So not only does it tie up the 911 operators for the real emergencies, we don't get the dispatches to the real emergencies out as quickly.
When a call comes into the hotline, volunteers ask a series of specific questions about what the caller is hearing and seeing. If volunteers determine the call is worthy of an investigation, they'll send a fire marshal's team to the scene. Now, firefighters are also out in particular sections of the city, riding around looking for offenders and thanking those who are using only legal fireworks. Volunteers say at times it can be a difficult process.
We just help them clarify, is this actually something that needs to be assessed and have somebody sent out, or is it something that is just standard and allowed, it's legal and allowed?
Anyone shooting off illegal fireworks can face a fine of $500 and up to 90 days in jail. Investigators say it's easy to spot an illegal firework because they go more than 10 feet off the ground. If you have to look up at it, it's not allowed. The hotline will be open today from 7 p.m. until 1 a.m. The Albuquerque Fire Department will also be on the lookout for people setting off illegal fireworks. Albuquerque and Bernalillo Fire have done surprise inspections for stands around town. They're checking to make sure the fireworks they sell you aren't illegal and won't hurt you. Now, here's what you're looking at. The label at the bottom. If it says caution, you're okay, but a warning label means stay away.
The warning means they have more explosives in them, they have more potential for start fires or injure you.
Again, to see if the fireworks you have are legal, just check the labels. If it says caution, it's legal. If it says warning, those are illegal. Now, if you really have your heart set on a big fireworks display, your best bet is to go to a public display and let the professionals do the work. Well, the city is putting the finishing touches on its display. This year's Freedom Force celebration starts at 4 this afternoon and runs until 10. The city is hoping to draw in a bigger crowd this year with a bigger budget of $220,000. Now, there will be live music and lots of family-friendly activities. It's free. The city says the fireworks will get started at 9:20. And the city has been prepping for the crowd of people planning to attend the fireworks show. The park and ride will return this year. Adults can use it for just $1. Students 35 cents. Kids under 9 are free. Now, the service will have 2 parking locations this year, one at Cottonwood on the west side, the other at Coronado in northeast Albuquerque. For more details on bus ride times, head to the KRQE News app, click 4th of July, then 4th of July 2015. If you're planning on riding your bike to today's celebration, the city's got you covered. The Park and Rec Department's Esperanza Bike Safety Education Center will be providing a free bike valet service for the event at Balloon Fiesta Park. So now you can go green and get out of the event even faster. Attendants will watch your bike so no lock is necessary. The bike valet will be located off of the North Diversion Channel bike path at Balloon Fiesta Park. Just look for the big yellow signs. Well, the search continues for an Albuquerque carjacking suspect. 30-year-old Kevin Folse is accused of the crime. Police say it happened this week in the Heights when he carjacked a couple at gunpoint, then ditched the car at Wayland Baptist University. He was spotted in northeast Albuquerque Friday morning, but remains at large. Folse has a long criminal history that includes eluding police. Governor Susana Martinez says the state's 3 strikes laws are just not enough to take violent criminals off our streets. The governor says she'd like to see tougher laws. The push comes after career criminal Andrew Romero allegedly shot and killed Rio Rancho police officer Greg Benner during a traffic stop in May. Albuquerque Republican Representative Paul Pacheco says he will introduce legislation during the next session to revamp the law to add more crimes to the list. Albuquerque police are looking for clues into who buried a body and covered it with a concrete slab in a field near I-40 in Coors. And one Thursday, someone walking saw a hand sticking out of the dirt. Police are examining the body and looking through surveillance video for new leads.
When you find a body that's been partially buried, obviously somebody tried to conceal that body, so we look into everything that's around that scene. It's a very delicate scene because you have all kinds of environmental factors, dirt, material, and the weather.
The Office of the Medical Examiner removed the body Friday. Police are not saying if it's a man or a woman. Yesterday, a woman came to the site to place flowers and balloons where the body was found. An attraction at Albuquerque's Freedom 4th event is stirring up some controversy. It's called the Firecracker Cafe, and guests who pay the $50 to get in will get the VIP treatment to all the 4th of July action. But out of the 500 tickets purchased, about 100 were invited by the mayor's office, and those tickets were paid for by a fund from taxpayer dollars. The mayor's office believes this is a way to thank dignitaries who've helped bring funding to the city, allowing taxpayers to enjoy events like the Freedom 4th.
I believe there are more important things to be spending money on. There's other important things that we lack that could be used in that.
The mayor's office says out of the 100 invited guests on the list, about 80 have RSVP'd so far. Fire officials are urging people to not fire gunshots into the air this holiday weekend. Firing a gun into the air has been a long-time tradition on the 4th of July and during New Year's for many in New Mexico. Falling bullets don't always hit people, but it does happen.
We've had several tragic cases in the past where people have been killed, injured from those bullets that have to come back down. So enjoy the fireworks shows that are put on by the city and the county, and don't shoot guns in the air.
One of the most well-known cases happened in July of 2005. Baby Alyssa was only 11 months old when a stray bullet fell from the sky in southwest Albuquerque and pierced her head, neck, and shoulder. Miraculously, she survived. Well, law enforcement is strengthening security for Independence Day weekend. Homeland Security, FBI, and the National Counterterrorism Center issued a warning of the possibility of a terror strike. While saying there's no specific or credible threat, law enforcers are saying look around you and look out for each other. They say report suspicious activity that could be signs of terrorist threats, including suspected lone wolves or ISIS supporters. Albuquerque police and the city are warning people not to drink and drive during 4th of July celebrations. Officials say DWI is 100% preventable, and if you decide to drive drunk, you'll likely get caught. There will be multiple DWI checkpoints around the city this weekend, and officers will be on high alert for drunk drivers. Mayor R.J. Berry suggests you designate a driver or call a cab. Well, what better way to celebrate this holiday weekend than with barbecue and beer? Today and tomorrow, you can check out a festival that celebrates just that.
Once these get ready, it is just like really, really, really good and tender and juicy.
The 12th annual Pork and Brew Festival kicked off yesterday at the Santa Ana Star Center. The three-day event will feature some of the region's best barbecue vendors, several local breweries, music, and more. Tickets cost $6 for adults and $4 for kids. Doors open at 11 today and Sunday. Now, the Santa Fe Wine Festival kicks off today at noon. 17 New Mexico wineries will be on hand at the historic Southwest Ranch. Admission is $13 for adults, $5 for those 13 to 20. You also get a souvenir wine glass. Now, for a list of events happening near you this holiday weekend, check out our KRQE phone app. Well, if you're out at Freedom 4th for the holiday today, you'll likely see BioPark Society volunteers asking for your signatures. They're pushing for a tax increase to fund major improvements at the BioPark. News 13's Lizzie Mitri explains.
Debbie Gress has lost track of how many doors she's knocked on.
Oh gosh, no idea.
For the past month and a half, she's been volunteering with the BioPark Society to collect signatures from Albuquerque voters.
I was wondering if we could get your signature to support getting more funds for the BioPark.
Sure.
Thank you.
The petition aims to ask voters about raising the gross receipts tax by 1/8% for 15 years to fund improvements at the BioPark. It would mean an increase of nearly 13 cents for every $100 you spend, something some are happy to do.
I'm just looking to get signatures to help support the BioPark to get more funding for them.
Others, not so much.
Well, if you're a registered voter, you could sign.
That's okay.
Okay, thank you anyways.
The mayor's office says it's not taking sides on the issue, despite the administration's position in the past against tax hikes.
We have never sent down a budget to pay for any of our basic services, fire, police, of anything of the sort, with a tax increase. That's why I articulate that this is not our initiative, this is their initiative.
BioPark Society volunteers have collected nearly 15,000 signatures. That's more than they need, but they're still going to be out in full force to make up for any that don't count.
If you collect them from men and women on the street, like in front of the zoo or in front of the aquarium, we'll lose about 30% of those. People think they're registered in the city, they turn out to be county voters, they think they're registered, they're not.
So with a little more than a week before the deadline, they're working to get 22,000 signatures just to make sure voters can decide the issue in the October 6th city election. That means more door knocking.
Hello.
Even a visit to the city's 4th of July celebration at Balloon Fiesta Park.
We'll have 20 people or more roaming around. It's a what better day than the 4th of July to exercise your First Amendment right to petition your government for redress of grievances.
Lizzie Mitri.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
KRQE News 13.
The BioPark Society says a tax increase would raise about $240 million toward the $250 million master plan for improvements. Well, 2 men have been recognized by the Farmington Police Department for the heroic efforts to save a man's life. Last weekend, Rick Nez came across a man attempting to jump into the river. He pulled over and began talking to the man. That's when Sheldon Russell drove by and went to assist with the situation. They held on to the man and talked to him until police arrived. A woman is now safe after being pulled out of the Animas River near Durango. Durango police say they got a call from 2 women. The witnesses say they saw the woman walk into the river when she suddenly was swept away. A runner passing by reached out her hand and the runner pulled her to safety. The La Plata County Sheriff's Office is still looking for the body of 20-year-old Cody Pierce. The UNM student disappeared when he jumped into the river late last month. The sister of confessed South Carolina church shooter Dylan Roof has taken down her GoFundMe page. Amber Roof set up the page to recover the costs of her canceled wedding and honeymoon. She was supposed to get married last month, but had to call it off after her brother admitted to killing 9 people at the historically black church. She's since taken the GoFundMe page down after harsh feedback. More than $1,600 had been raised. The page had said that 10% of the donations would be given to the Charleston church. Well,